Hello everyone and welcome back to PRL. It is race 4 of season 16. It is the dreaded Monaco Grand Prix, as we see Max already disconnecting. Little recap from last race. It was of course Spain, where we saw Falcon take another dominating win. Can he repeat what he did last week here? It's going to be a bit hard because Monaco, as we all know, is a very demanding track. One slight of concentration can make you go into the wall, and then you have to pit, and then you'll come out in traffic. And I've got Gary in the chat saying it's a wet race. I don't know whether that's true or not, because obviously you're not here sorry, you're not here tonight, Gary, so I'm gonna take your word for it. So if it is a wet race, this could spice things up even more, so we might see lap times not as quick, because obviously guys will want to have a stable setup for the rain here at Monaco. I mean, in the dry you can see just how tight it is in the dry. We'll go on board with Simsai now, who I believe is the first person on a hot lap. As he comes through sector 1, you can just see how tight it is and how close you have to get to the wall, even in the dry, as he clips the wall there. And that is what I was saying about Monaco being very demanding for front wings as well. So Simsai will have to go around again and pit, but he's got his teammate behind him. Who is that? I believe, is that Rick? No, I do believe it is Owen HVB, and Max is able to rejoin, so hopefully he can get out and set a lap. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know my predictions. I'd say is Michael here? I don't think Michael's racing, is he? See, if Michael was here, I'd go for Michael, but because he's not here, I'm going to go for maybe Falcon, just because he is quite consistent. And we've got our first lap time on the board. It is Haribo, of course, a 1:10.2. I feel like he's got some critics to put wrong here, as we saw in Bahrain with his incredible lap time, but in the race been in it. So maybe he's going to want to put a mark tonight in PRL. And we've got Rick there in second place as well, half a second behind Haribo, and we've got Mitch going net P1 with a 1:10.2 as well. So very good outlaps and bankers for these guys, because I do believe people should be looking at maybe a low to mid 9. I know I can do a mid 9, so Kevin, I think Gary means for the race. Obviously in the race it's different weather conditions, so yeah, I'm guessing that's what he means for the race, not for quality. Obviously quality's dry, so yeah. But where's Falcon? So Falcon's actually only gone 4th after his first lap. Is he on another lap? He is in lead, so he's not on another lap. Who is on another lap? Simsai? Oh, Jerry, sorry, is he on a lap? Or he is, but he's got 6 laps of fuel, so we're actually gonna stay on board with Jerry. He's set at 10.7, and he is a 10th up on his time through sector 1, so hopefully he can improve through the second sector, maybe gain some ground from the likes of Falcon and Killer Blue. But navigating the second sector very nicely as he clips the wall. Nothing too major. He's up by 3/10, so this is actually a very good lap from Jerry. Can he stick the third sector? He is so far doing a very clean job so far, locking up, but that's just a visual glitch as he comes into the last corner now. Slight little lock up on the front right, comes to the final corner, loses the back end a little bit as he comes across the line, and yeah, sorry about that. So Jerry did set a 10.3 and went 3rd, only a 10th, well, not even a 10th behind the likes of Haribo and Mitch. So I think Mitch is actually on maybe another lap. He's going quite quick now, he's in lean. Let's go for, who hasn't set a lap? Let's go for Louis. Let's go on board with Louis. Louis, again, I believe he actually has a full-time seat now. I believe he is replacing Kara, who I believe left. So incredible driver to lose, but we've also gained another good driver in Louis. He is very good, maybe even the same pace as Kara at some tracks, so we've lost a good driver, but we've also got one back in. So yeah, let's see what Louis can do around Monaco. I know he's on pad, so he's obviously at a disadvantage to wheel users, and I believe he is. Has he backed out of that? No, he's still going. So Louis now still going. I feel like he backed out of that, but having raced on pad myself, it is awful. So how Louis is even doing this is beyond me. But again, Louis is carrying on with this lap. It hasn't been the best of laps from him, but I know he has said to me today that he's not liking Monaco so far. As Louis comes to the line, what will he set? It's only 11.3 from Louis. That's not good at all. Is he going to go again? I think he is. So let's quickly move off him and maybe go on to someone like Max, who hasn't actually been able to set a lap because of his internet. Wet to dry race. Wow. So Jerry now is confirming that it is a wet to dry race. So are we going to be seeing people using dry setups in quali to get the dry setup for the race? And Max almost been in it, managing to save the car. Fantastic driving there for Max to be able to save the car and not retire. He's going to want to pit now, surely. Yeah, so Max comes into the pits. Let's go back to Louis, who is still on a lap as he comes down into the second sector now. Can he navigate this part of the track properly? He has. He's just under a tenth up as well, so he needs to gain a lot of time through the second sector and third sector. He is up, but not by much. Can Louis now? He's done that pretty good, to be fair, as he comes into the third sector. I do believe he is on OTC as well. Oh, and he pits. So Louis now pitting. That's not a good banker from him. So, you know, likes of Falcon, Rick, Killer Blue, Jerry, Haribo and Mitch all putting in fantastic bankers. I mean, the top six from Jerry, Rick to Simsai, half a second. So these guys, as we see, Simsai cutting the corner, wanting to get back to the pits as quickly as he can. So the likes of Simsai, Neo, I mean, as we saw in Bahrain, I do believe, he is a race winner. So to set only 11.2 is quite poor from him, considering the pace that he's shown this season. But I do believe he is coming to the line, and I believe he's starting his lap now, and that's a very, very good turn one. I'd be surprised if it's, yeah, he's got it invalid. So Neo might want to consider trying to maybe get back to the pits and coming back up for one last run. But yeah, man, this track is, I mean, you can see how tight it is, so demanding. One little mishap in concentration, you're in the wall. As we go to Smithy now, Smithy is on a lap, so let's stick with Smithy. I know Smithy, he's been getting consistent 10th, 9th, even 8th places, so he'll be very happy if he can pick up 1, maybe 2 points to sort of match the results he has been getting. And oh, Smithy spins, taking too much, and the rear, left rear, I do believe, catching the ball there and just spinning him out. So Smithy, is he going to go for another run? He's got Killer Blue up ahead. Is Killer Blue on a lap? He is. So Killer Blue there hitting the wall, and so is Smithy there, but it looks like Smithy hit it a lot worse. Is Killer Blue going to set this lap? I do believe he is. Or is Smithy going to pit? I don't think so, but we go into the last 2 minutes of qualifying now. We already know it's going to be a wet to dry race, as we've got Kevin in the chat saying F1 Racer. Is F1 Racer on a lap? I do believe he is. He's in Max. Oh, sort of clipped the wall there, but nothing too serious. Let's stay on board with him actually. Let's go on board with F1 Racer. Not really someone I haven't really been on board with much throughout this season. Let's see if he can put in a good lap at the end of qualifying. Goes a bit deep, that might be invalid, but if it's not, then he's done that pretty well. As he comes into the tricky, oh, looks like he's got under, yeah, he's got losing half a wing. So is F1 Racer going to call it quits? And Mitch goes pole with a 1.9.8. But is Mitch done there? No, he isn't. He's going for another run. He knows that potentially could not be enough to get him pole. And Cosmic actually jumped up to second there. So well done to Cosmic for putting in that lap. I do believe he is a friend of Carriage, and F1 Racer has retired, so that wing damage not fixed itself as we've seen in qualifying. But all eyes are on this man, Jerry, Killer Blue, even Falcon. So I think Falcon is up on his lap time as he comes into the second sector now. Can he navigate his way to a pole position, and can he put on a more dominating performance as we saw last week in Spain? Comes to the third sector now. You can see just by the camera angles how committed you need to be with the car, and Smithy has retired and he is P15. That's not good from Smithy. Falcon, oh my god, getting very, very close and personal to the wall there. He was 3/10 up, but has he improved? No, he hasn't. Falcon then not able to improve, and that's his qualifying done. There's no way he's going to be able to finish there, and he slams into the wall. That's him done. So we've got Jerry up in 4th place. So Jerry now, can he make a massive upset here at Monaco as he comes through sector 2 now? Sector 3, I think personally sector 3 is the most demanding. You need to take it with so much speed if you want to be up there with the likes of Mitch, Cosmic and Haribo. But Jerry, I don't think it's enough. Is he going to get one more run though as he comes to the line? Will he get another run? No, he doesn't, but he goes 3rd. Out qualifies Haribo. Is Haribo on a good lap or not? I don't know. Let's go on board with him now. And Haribo's backed out. Haribo's backed out of his lap. Because if that wasn't invalid, I'm going to be very, very shocked if that wasn't. As Haribo now comes to the line, I don't think this is going to improve his time. He's weaving, so he knows he hasn't improved. And yeah, Haribo stays full. So Jerry, P3 so far, but we've got Max now up into P8 now. So Max putting in a good lap, but he's still on a lap. And we've got Decky, current champion of PRL, down in last place. What can Decky do? Decky looks like he's committing to every corner as he comes into the last couple of corners. Very, very easy on track. So Mitch goes pole with a 198 again. So Mitch improving his time there. What can Decky do? Can Decky go pole? No, he goes 7th. So the championship holder can only manage 7th place at Monaco. And I do believe that is it for qualifying, as we've got Max now, who's slightly up on his time. He could start qualify Falcon, and he doesn't. Narrowly missing out on qualifying Falcon. So very, very interesting quality. Some drivers who are actually near the top of the grid, so let's quickly go through it. We've got Mitch on pole, Louis managing to get a 2nd at the end, so that's a fantastic effort from Louis there. Then we've got Cosmic in 2nd, Jerry in 4th, a fantastic qualifying for him. Haribo in 5th, I don't know whether he'll be quite happy with that or not. Then we've got Flair, also known as VSR Charles, in 6th, so a very good qualifying from him in the end. Rick in 7th, championship holder Decky in 8th, Killer Blue 9th, Falcon in 10th place, Max in 11th, Neo, as we obviously won Bahrain, in 12th, YHYY 13th, Simside 14th, Own HVB, Dear Agony, F1 Racer, and I didn't quite get the rest of the grid, but again a very, very mixed qualifying. I did not expect Jerry to be up the field, but some extra info apart from isn't working, so setups can be changed. Okay, so Joe's also told me that park firming can isn't working, so people can adjust setups. So yeah, lap times weren't going to be affected either way, so no doubt we're going to see a lot of people changing their setups. As you see, only a couple of people have readied up, so we've got a wet race to a dry race here at Monaco, who will be able to navigate their way through and keep their car protected. I mean, if you keep your car at the wall, you're guaranteed some points, so who's going to be able to do that? Who's going to be a late breaker into turn 1? It's going to be very, very interesting to see as we go to lights out in now, as I do believe we've got a formation up as well. We do indeed, so let's quickly run through the grid. We've got Mitch, P1, a fantastic lap round on Monaco, as he set up, I think, a 198. Then we've got Louis putting in a fantastic 19.9, so Louis going to be very happy with that qualifying. Cosmic in 3rd place, I do believe he's a reserve as well, so fantastic qualifying from him. Jerry in 4th, again a fantastic qualifying from him. Did not expect him to be up the field. Haribo in 5th, again sort of expect him to be more towards pole, but he'll be happy with top 5. Then we've got Flair in 6th. I don't know whether Flair will be happy with that or not, but obviously with it being a wet race, look out for him as well. Then we've got Rick in 7th, again sort of average qualifying for Rick, I'd say. Then we've got Decky in 8th. He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to want to make up places off the start if he can, without trying to jeopardise his own race. Killer Blue in 9th, again not really where he wanted to be. I think he's sort of expecting top 5 now. Falcon in 10th, again someone who should be fighting for pole, but I do believe he hasn't really practiced enough for Monaco, and with it being a wet race, you can only feel that Falcon is maybe going to drop behind the likes of Max, who's also been known to make up a lot of places off the start. So watch out for Max. If he doesn't get wing damage and he's able to make up 1, 2, 3 places, then he should be one definitely fully overtakes on the formation. That Max is almost binned it actually, so just retract that statement for which I just said. We've got Neo in 12th, who's been put back to the grid. YHYY 13th, Simsai 14th, Own HVB 15th, Dear Agony 16th, F1 Racer, who's at, oh, I thought he was starting on Inters then, F1 Racer 17th, and Smithy, who is starting last. Not essentially a bad thing for Smithy here. If there's an absolute calamity up front, then he could find himself within the top 10 by the first lap. But as the cars come back to the grid, we will go back to this man Mitch and see if he can get a good start and potentially keep out Louis into turn 1. As we go to 1, 4, 5 red lights, not a good countdown, and it's lights out, and it's like Mitch has actually got a decent start, but I look behind, Cosmic looks like he's got a better run than Louis. Louis goes defensive instantly and Mitch keeps leading into turn 1. Louis keeps P2, but Jarry, is that him up into 3rd? I do believe it is. So Cosmic now down in 4th place. Looks like a very clean start from everyone actually, as we've got a Ferrari there, or Haribo going round the outside, or Flair, no, Flair defends from it superbly, but we've got again Cosmic and Jarry going at it, and that is yellows in sector 1. I don't actually know who's crashed. I do believe it is it Rick? Because Rick's lost a lot of places. We've got a Haas there. I do believe that is Flair going up the inside of Jarry. You can just see the traffic up into the hairpin was just manic, but Mitch already at 1 second. That's a Mercedes. I think that's Decky in the wall. But behind him we've got Rick, Max, Falcon, all within not even a second of each other, but up ahead. Cosmic looks like he's made the move. Louis gone off the track. Louis, that's a Red Bull round. That's Jarry round. Jarry's going to be disappointed with that. I don't know what happened there. But nevertheless, I said, watch out for Max. He's already up into 7th place. We've got people losing positions, I do believe. Oh, big crash. Jarry is out of the race. Don't know what happened with him. I saw a lot of cars go side by side there. Smithy looks like he's lost half of his wing as well. Simside lost half the whole wing, so both McLarens are going to have to pit. F1 Racer has lost a bit of his wing. So is YHYY, but he's choosing to continue on. Falcon has indeed pitted, so I believe Falcon lost a bit of his wing. Neo has still got his wing. Killer Blue's still got his wing. Rick does have slight wing damage, so watch out for Rick. He might be losing positions in the next couple of laps. Max still got his wing, so as I said, as he almost hits the wall there. Decky's still got his wing. Haribo still got his wing. Louis has slight wing damage, so that's very, very interesting now. So can Louis keep with the likes of Flair, who's made an incredible start, up into a podium position? I need them wheel settings, mate. We need to send them to me. We've got Haribo now and Max, I do believe. Haribo losing positions and Decky now getting past. Now Max is going to want to get past him as well. A very, very crazy start here. And Max, losing the back end in the tunnel, manages to keep it. That's going to allow Rick to catch up, but Max being wise and braking very, very early. And we've got, I believe that's Louis off. So now we've got a potential fight for second place with Flair and Cosmic. As I say, Cosmic I believe is a reserve. If not, then I do apologise. But Flair looking very, very racy here. But up in front, Mitch, 3 second lead to Cosmic. So Mitch, all he has to do is just keep it nice and clean and consistent, and he's more or less running his race. But Louis pits, so that wing damage proving costly for Louis there as he pits now. So Louis is going to lose a lot of positions. But up in front, we've got Flair cutting the corner a good one, trying to get past Cosmic but not having any of it. So that will be a definite warning for Flair. Then we've got Decky losing time to Flair. Excuse me. Then we've got Haribo still on the back of his good friend Decky. Max as well being absolutely terrorised by Rick now. So will Rick go for a move into the hairpin? I think Max is going to go defensive. Yes, he does. Rick having 2 bites at it but not really making the move. Will he go for it here in the hairpin? No, he thinks better of it, as all these guys now start to jumble up as we've got a load of cars in the pits. Falcon's actually opted to fit the intermediates. Didn't actually see that. So we've got a lot of guys on the inters now. So we've got Smithy as well. But oh man, it is not time for inters. Smithy is showing us now, but this real representation as we've got Flair and Charles going side by side. I believe Flair and Cosmic going side by side, and Decky's got a 5-second stop go. So whether he'll get that taken off, I don't know. He should, because that, you don't just get that straight away. So we've got Flair and Cosmic now, still fight for P2 going on as we head into at the end of lap 3. Mitch doing a fantastic job so far, still 3-second lead, so Cosmic actually doing well to keep the gap to Mitch and keep Flair out, but Flair will no doubt want to go for the move. And Falcon gets a 3-second penalty, and he's actually catching Louis in 11th, so is it time for inters? And we've got yellows in sector 2, who is that? Who is that? That's own HVB's round, one of the inters runners, so he's no doubt going to try and turn it around and not get any wing damage. It will be very hard, and Louis pits. So Louis now opting for now the inters, so it's been a horrible start from Louis, and we've got Cosmic and Flair. Cosmic is round and Flair goes through, Decky goes through. I didn't see that, I should have kept on board with that, but we've got a fantastic fight now between Decky, Cosmic, Haribo, Max and Rick. So this is the fight for potentially 3rd place all the way down to 7th. Let's go on board with Max and see if he can take advantage of other people's mistakes. So I mean, again, a very crazy start. Do you want Jerry, I'm getting one next week. RJW, I do believe, I think, but yeah, I've been right up until this point, so it's all good. As we go back to the fight for 7th up to 3rd, to see everyone feathering the throttle through more or less every corner here at Monaco. Max picks up a penalty, but he's got a good run on Haribo, but oh, is Max going to think about it? No. Backs out just at the right time there. That could have ended badly for Max, who could have got wing damage, but as I said, I meant now this race. Oh, I don't mind, man. It's up to you. I mean, yeah, so we've got Max now. I said, watch him off the start. He started 11th, so lap 5 he's made up 5 places already. So all Max needs to do is navigate his way past Haribo, Cosmic and Decky, and he's got himself in a podium position from outside the top 10, so it's fantastic to see. But we've got 5 drivers outside the top 10 on intermediates, and you can see there Falcon setting the fast lap, so it is time for the inters. How will Mitch react to that? Will he pit or will he carry on? As we've got Flair now creating a gap to Decky, but Flair actually starting to catch Mitch, so is Mitch going to be under pressure soon from Flair? Would be very good for these two to start battling. But we'll go back to Cosmic, who isn't going to be very happy with Flair, as we saw him spin. I don't know whether Flair had anything to do with that, but looking at Decky, his car is all over the place. We've got yellows in sector 2, still yellows in sector 2. Who is that? Simsat? No, he's pitting. So I mean, yeah, Mitch pits, Flair decides to pit, Decky pits, Cosmic is carrying on, so Cosmic will take net P1 at the minute. So we've got a lot of people now into the pits. Mitch will come out in 3rd place, to be fair, so he hasn't actually done too badly, but Max is pitting as well, so everyone now pitting for the inters, but Haribo and Cosmic have actually stayed out, and we've got Flair coming back out on another set of wet tyres. So I don't know if Flair's messed it up again. I know he's sort of prone to messing up his tyre selection, so no doubt I think he's messed up here, because he should have just stayed out, and Max gets a 5-second stop go for corner cutting. So let's see how quickly Mitch catches the likes of Haribo and Cosmic. Sort of perfect comparison here as we all go, because there is a yellow in sector 3, so still yellow in sector 3. Where's Louis? So Louis down in 12th, so Louis not really having a good start, and Agony's out. Agony's, I believe, called it a day, can't really blame him. Cosmic picks up a 3-second penalty, and Mitch is absolutely catching Haribo and Cosmic. So it is time for intermediates, the likes of Cosmic, Haribo, Flair and Max. To be fair, I think Max is actually pitted as well, and he actually opted to fit another set of wet tyres as well. So whether the Haas team are trying to do something different, I don't know. But the likes of YHYY, Rick has actually lost out hugely, because he was right behind Max, and all YHYY spins. I've got a perfect view of that. Rick done fantastically well to avoid that, and that will now promote Smithy up into the point. So as I said, Smithy will be happy with a point or two, and he's in P10 so far, so fair play to Smithy, but also good driving from Rick to avoid the a spinning YHYY. But Flair does pit now onto the intermediates. Will Max, his teammate, follow in? Yes, he does. So the Haas boys making a huge error, and Cosmic comes out on inters as well. He's now behind Decky actually, so Decky actually not doing too badly, and Killer Boost up into fourth, and Falcon in third place, but he's a long way off the lead. But we've got Haribo now 1.2 now behind Mitch, who's actually managed to overtake Haribo. So whether Haribo just let him through because Mitch was on the right tyre, I don't know, but I think maybe Haribo might be going till the dry period. I mean, he's got 11-second buffer to Falcon, but if Falcon can get that gap down enough, then we could see a fight, and actually Haribo doing a treat of a corner cut there. I've seen a lot of people doing some questionable corner cuts here, but hopefully they get the penalties that they deserve for doing that. But yeah, the closest battle on track is for 4th, 5th and 6th. We've got Cosmic, who was up in a podium position, but incident with Flair meant he was pushed down the order to 6th place after the pit stops. Can these guys fight fairly, as Cosmic, his car is all over the place? Decky seems to have calmed his back end down a lot actually, so he's looking very, very racy now. And Falcon is eating away at that gap, and Mitch is looking like he's going to take the win. If he can just keep it out of the wall, he knows now all he's got to do is keep it out of the wall, and he's more or less won here at Monaco. But again, don't count out Haribo. I think he's gone to the dries, but you can just see how much time Falcon's gaining on him. In a matter of a lap, or not even a lap, 5 seconds. So within a lap we could see Falcon overtaking Haribo, but Haribo will, well, he surely is going to the dry period, but remains to be seen. And now we've got the likes of Max and Flair. Now Flair was fighting for 2nd place, or was in 2nd place, sorry, but little mistake from the Haas, well, both Haas drivers, as we've seen in real life as well. F1 Haas team making fundamental mistakes and costing them huge points. It's cost them huge here today, but hopefully these guys can get back in the fight. Flair isn't so far down the order, but Max is a long way from where he was. He's going to be very, very disappointed with that. But look at these 3 cars, all within 1 second of each other. Who will be the one to make the mistake? If it's anyone, I think it might be Killer Bill or Decky, because they're going to be under the most pressure. Decky obviously being in that sandwich, his car is not going to like it whatsoever. Will Decky go for a move, go for an unorthodox move on Killer Blue? Killer Blue's done fantastic to get up into 4th, and so has Falcon, to be fair, after pitting for inters. But we've got a McLaren there in the background. I don't know who that was, but they were lagging all over the place. Falcon now was right behind Haribo. Haribo's all over the place. Falcon taking that position, taking candy from a baby, that is, as Falcon now finds himself up into 2nd place. And now we've got to make up 15 seconds of time to this man Mitch, who is storming away with the victory. And Decky, as I said, getting past Killer Blue. So now Killer Blue's going to be under the pressure that Decky was under from Cosmic. And look at this, we've got Flair catching up as well. If these guys can carry on battling, we could have a 4 or 5 car train with the likes of Rick and Smithy potentially catching up. But let's go on board with Flair now, as he's got a perfect view of this battle between all 4 cars. Not even a second separating all 4 of them. You can see Decky there starting to get away now, so starting to find his rhythm, find his form. So hopefully Decky can catch up to his good friend Haribo and get himself back up into a podium position. But looking at it, Cosmic is looking very racy behind Killer Blue. Will Killer Blue just allow him through? I don't think he will. Cosmic almost runs into the back of him there, but managing to keep it. And then we've got Flair as well. Done very well. Smithy looks like he's lost a car. Well, he's lost a couple places at least. Has Smithy got wing damage? He has indeed. Smithy's in the wall. He's out the race. Terrible, terrible race from Smithy. He's disappointed with that. Don't know what happened to him. He got wing damage and couldn't turn in. So Smithy out the race. I think a lot of people will be happy when they retire or get wing damage, or they just call it a day. But yeah, again, Decky getting away from Killer Blue now would find himself up behind Haribo again, who hasn't pitted yet, so poor decision. Oh, Decky goes down the inside of Haribo. Whether Haribo was expecting that, I don't know. But Decky got the move done. Decky back end kicking out a treat there. Again, got a really good view of that. But Haribo will surely be kicking himself for not pitting when it was time to. You've got to feel that now Haribo's going to lose a lot of positions. Killer Blue goes through. What about Cosmic? Will Cosmic go through as well? Cosmic down the inside into the chicane. Easy as you like. Haribo on the wrong tyres. Couldn't really do nothing about it. Now we've got Flair as well right behind Haribo. Can Flair get past Haribo as well? He'll want to back off here and not really run into the back of Haribo. He knows on the wrong tyres. Haribo goes wide. Will Flair go around the outside? He's trying to hit Haribo, lets him through. And Flair back up into 6th place, so he's regaining his place that he was before. He made an absolute mare of a pit stop, and Max gets a 5-second stop go, and he's actually fighting with Neo. So again, another Haas who messed up, so he's going to want to get back to where he was, which I believe was just inside the top 10. So he's got a lot of time to make up, but I mean, there's a lot of interesting battles still going on. We've got Louis now up into 10th place, right behind YHYY. Let's see how much he catches. But now we've got Rick going down the inside of Haribo. I don't know why Haribo's staying out on these wets. I have no idea why. But now, I mean, Haribo was up into 2nd place. He's now down into 8th place. So a poor strategy call from Haribo there. But again, he's got another 8-second buffer now to the likes of YHYY and his teammate Louis. So whether these guys will be able to catch up at the same rate as the top 7 have, then yeah, Haribo could be in for a very tough race, especially when it gets dry. But yeah, going back to Louis, looks like he's actually losing time, or not. He's actually gained a lot of time there coming out the hairpin. But yeah, I mean, at this point in the race, the only battle on track is for 6th, 5th and 4th, as you, well, 6th, 5th and 4th. We've got Flair on the back of Cosmic, and Louis picked up a 3-second time penalty. What can Cosmic do? Can he get back past Killer Blue? Actually, Killer Blue actually managed to get back past there, so I don't know how he managed to do that. But Cosmic will surely want to look for the move. Is he going to set him up? Will he get a better traction? No, but looks like Flair has though. Will Flair go for the move? Oh, he does. Flair goes for it. There's not really enough space given by Cosmic for Flair. Flair backs out, and that was that could have been heart and mouth for both drivers there. Did Flair get wing damage? I don't think he has. So Flair very lucky there. So is Cosmic as well, because you know Cosmic didn't really leave enough room for Flair, and that could have ended badly for both drivers. But that has relieved the pressure for Killer Blue, who can maybe push on and catch his catch Decky for a potential podium position. As we see F1 Racer getting on a penalty. YHYY now past Haribo, Louis past Haribo as well. So now Haribo is in 10th place. Haribo has definitely gone for the wrong strategy here. He's lost a lot of time, a lot of positions, as now Louis is right behind YHYY. So we will stick with this Louis battle to see if he can make the move stick, maybe into turn 1, maybe even in the 3rd sector, who knows. But we've got a yellow in the 3rd sector. Who is that? I believe that is F1 Racer, as Haribo now losing places to own H3B. Louis not really able to keep with YHYY through the 3rd sector, but again Louis just not able to stick with him. So I remember Louis saying to me he's not really keen of Monaco, and showing now, because at any other track he's really quick and consistent. But again, this battle, Cosmic able to catch back up to Killer Blue, so it just proves that Killer Blue isn't really a quick driver at these 3. So will Killer Blue be fighting for his life? And Max gets another 3-second time penalty. He's actually 26 seconds behind F1 Racer, so Max having an absolute mare of a race, it has to be said. But Cosmic now looking very racy, and so is Flair. Cosmic doing a slight little corner cut there, and actually getting a much better run. Killer Blue goes a little bit wide. This is going to allow Cosmic, oh, goes a bit too quick, gets wing damage, so Cosmic will have to pit. Will he still go for the move, just like he is? Round the outside, oh, they touch, and Cosmic's in the wall. Ah, that was just a race incident. That would allow Rick to put himself back up into 6th place. Decky's setting the fast lap of the race, so he's now find his rhythm as he hits the wall, coming out of turn 1. So maybe just not yet. So Cosmic now pitting for a new front wing. So again, I think that was a racing incident, just sort of tipped him and hit the wall. Nothing that Killer Blue could do. He done everything right. And Haribo now picking up time penalty. Louis is in the pits. So where's Louis? So Louis in the pit. I think Louis might have got wing damage. He has indeed, or is he fit? So Louis fit enters, and looks like Haribo is pit as well, and fit supers. So this could be very, very interesting for Haribo. Let's keep an eye on his times and see if he can make them supers work. But as you can see, it's still raining, so I think that's just a large last-ditch move for Haribo. He knows he messed up his strategy, but we'll go back to this battle with Flair and Killer Blue. Flair now going to try and get past Killer Blue. Let's hope he doesn't make the same mistake as Cosmic did. That's Flair now, navigating this race push up to 3. Looks like losing the back end. Just can't keep the car in check. But again, Killer Blue getting a much better racing. Yeah, Haribo knows he messed up. Knows he's messed up the strategy and has called it a day. Simsai has left the session as well. So yeah, not good to see. I mean, obviously people mess up strategy, that's their fault, but you know, we've gone from 18 to 13 in the space of 15 laps. But Killer Blue getting all out of shape there, but so did Flair, so not really gaining much time on Killer Blue. Will Flair go for a move down into the hairpin? Oh, he does! A very, very late move from Flair. Almost pushing Killer Blue wide, but Killer Blue wise to it and backing out. So a very, very aggressive move from Flair, but managing to get the move done. Killer Blue very wise to it, so fair play to Killer Blue. He won't be impressed that Flair went for that move and broke so late and almost breaking off his own wing. Flair did. So I mean, he's now past Killer Blue, so he's got what he's wanted, and now he can potentially go after Decky for that podium position, which is where he was before he messed up his pit stop and fitted the wet tyres. Oh, Flair hitting the wall there, so Flair, you've got to be careful. As I said, one lapse in concentration and you're in the wall, especially in the dry. I mean, in the wet it's even harder. But Decky looks like he's finding his pace now and actually starting to catch Falcon. I mean, Falcon is in no man's land, but Mitch is just in a world of his own. He's done very well from start to now, so let's hope he can continue with this pace and form and not really get complacent with the gap he has, because all it takes is one little hit and then get wing damage, then you have to pit. But I think he's got such a gap. I think if he was to pit or even extend the gap by a couple more seconds, he could pit and still come out in the lead. So it just proves how dominant Mitch has been so far today. So congratulations to him so far in this race, as we've actually got not that much battles going on track. So this is where commentary gets a bit challenging, you could say. I don't really know what else to say. Closest battle on track is between Killer Blue and Flair, but as we saw, Flair recently got past him, so I don't know. I think the best thing we can do is try and stick and try and see if Decky is catching. I believe he is. So maybe in the next few laps we could see a Decky v Falcon for second place, and hopefully that doesn't end in one of them losing their wing. But because there is such big gaps between people, I'm going to quickly have a little drink and I'll be back in a second. as we return to the action. I did sort of just thought that there is meant to be dry running in this race, and Cosmic's retired as well, so whether he's binned it or he's just, yeah, I believe, no, he's got no front wing, so he's given up completely. So we're getting another retirement at Monaco, which is understandable. And we've got yellows in sector 1. Who is that? That's one of the front three. I believe it is the Toro Rosso of Cosmic putting off. And we've got yellows in sector 2, which is technically, I think that is still Cosmic. So I'm going to quickly run through the field and see if anyone has binned it or not. I don't think they have, so I believe that was just Cosmic's car retiring in the second sector. But again, Rick has got wing damage, so he's doing very well to keep with Killer Blue, and I think he's actually closing the gap. So, excuse me again, we could see a potential battle, but if Rick had a full front wing, would he be past Killer Blue by now? That's one question I'd like to ask him after the race, because he's showing good pace here with a damaged front wing. I believe it is only end plate, so it might be maybe light green to light yellow maybe, but even so he's doing very well, actually being very cautious to not hit the wall again. But we go back to the gap between Decky and Falcon, and Decky's closing the gap now, so Decky finding his form in this Inters weather, as I said. But as I said, it's going to be drying up soon, so in the next couple of laps could we see dry running. You can see in the skies are a bit turning blue a little bit, so we could see that cars pit, and it is getting, the rain looks like it's getting a little bit less heavier. We've got yellows in sector 3, that is YHYY, he's just gone straight on. I believe he must have misjudged his braking zone, so now he's going to pit, and that will put my own HVB, Neo, F1 Racer and maybe Louis back up into the points. So again, not a good race for some of these drivers. I know Max and Louis will be ones that will be ruining their mistakes or wrong tyre choices, but yes, obviously they're going to be kicking themselves. But one person who isn't is, I believe, Falcon, because I believe he actually got a really bad start. I believe he started 10th, and he pitted at the end of that point for wing damage, I think, or pitted for inters. And when he pitted, it was the right time. So will he be the trigger for the dry tyres? And it has stopped raining, but this could be where we see some people timing the pit stop absolutely perfect, as we look to this man Falcon to maybe start triggering the pit stops. That's Falcon losing. I think it's someone, you know, like, you know, Racer, Louis, YHYY, even I think YHYY pitted and put on the dry tyres. I mean, he wouldn't be really missing out on much. He would have been in 11th place anyway, so, you know, take the risk. I would have done if I was him, but obviously I'm not him, and he obviously thought it wasn't time for dry tyres just yet. But you can see the track is drying now. Will one of these guys at the back, Louis, has pitted, so is this for dry tyres? It is. So Louis pitting for the supers. Is this the right time? Let's keep an eye on the sector times as he comes out of the pits. He will be right at the back, but looks like Decky's caught right up to Falcon, so whether Falcon's got wing damage or not, he hasn't. So Decky finding his form in these conditions, and Falcon not really able to do much, but Falcon does pit. I think Falcon just got there in time, but Decky continues on. So this could be an important part of the race. Has Falcon timed it perfectly? He did at the start for the inters, but has he done it now for the dry tyres? Decky continues on. He obviously feels it's not dry enough. What does Flair do? Flair carries on, so he's not going to take any chances with his mishap that happened. And now Falcon comes out just, I'd say, just behind, a couple of seconds behind Flair. So let's keep an eye on these sector times and see if Falcon does indeed catch Flair. But Falcon, the back end everywhere for him, but let's see what Falcon can do. Let's see if Killer Blue can even catch Falcon, because if Killer Blue can catch Falcon, then these conditions are not suitable for the Supersoft, and Falcon could have maybe made a bad mistake. But looks like Falcon not really able to catch Flair. We've got own HVB and Neo in the pit, so maybe some of these guys who feel it's time just haven't really seen the stream or not in the party with some of the people that are on supers. I don't think it's time. Killer Blue's catching Falcon, and Falcon is not catching Flair, who is on inters, worn inters at this point. But Decky will be sort of loving this because Max is, oh my god, Max's pit for Ultra Softs. Oh, Max. And DRS has been enabled, but I still don't think it's time. But it looks like Falcon is now starting to catch Flair at a rate of knots. Flair pits, Decky decides to carry on. Mitch, well, he's got more of a lead to not even worry about the likes of Falcon, but Falcon weaving down the start finish. Is he trying to get heat in some tyres? Maybe he is, but never seen that done before. As Flair comes out on Ultrasofts as well, so have the Haas guys done a masterclass, or have they absolutely done a disaster class as we saw at the start of this race? Killer Blue rejoins in 5th place. Rick will rejoin in 6th. YHYY, surely he will pit. Oh, losing the back end. These inters are not the right tyres to be on, I don't think, as Falcon is now only 14 seconds behind Decky. So Falcon is finding form, finding pace, and now Mitch comes into the pits. He's got such a big buffer of time that missing the perfect time to pit by 1 or 2 laps isn't going to really do anything to the gap he's got, because it's such a substantial and big gap. He can afford to take it easy. As we've got, I thought that was side-by-side action then, but it's not. We've got Neo now up into 8th place, so he's made a lot of places and actually undercut or overcut Louis. Yeah, Joey said Ultrasofts are good for 16 to 20 laps, I know that, but with the track damp like this, then the supers I feel would be the better tyre to be on, because the track's damp. The supers don't really need that much heat to work, whereas the Ultrasofts need quite a lot of heat. But Neo is catching own HVB, so maybe Neo can start making his way up the standings. But we've got Max now getting another penalty, so I don't know what Max is playing at, but he's not done too well this race. I think he's picked up more penalties than anything. But going back to Neo and Owen losing the back end. Neo is going to go for the move. No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. So had a lot of time to react to HVB's mistake. Can Neo now make the move? I believe Owen HVB's letting him go. Yeah, he is. So not good from my point of view, because I would have loved to have seen a battle, but Own HVB obviously felt that Neo was a lot quicker. I didn't really want to compromise what would be a good result for him, and Louis sets the fast lap of the race, so it is definitely time for supers and maxed off the tyres. So that was only inevitable after pitting for Ultrasofts and being 25 seconds behind. But again, this man Mitch, I saw a lapped car and Max has decided to bin it, where he always bins it. I can't say I'm surprised. Falcon now sets the fast lap of the race, but again not really doing much to the dent of the gap that Mitch has been able to get over everyone else. So I mean, it's just an incredible drive from Mitch so far. Let's hope he can continue with Flair. Mitch has spun, but again, that's Falcon will know that, but I don't think that that's going to be enough. I feel that Falcon is going to need, Mitch is very lucky there to have such a big gap where spinning isn't necessarily the worst thing, and he's only lost about 5 or 6 seconds, so we can afford to have a couple more little mistakes. But the fastest time now plummeting down, so Decky will be one to watch, see if he can catch Falcon. Falcon will obviously know that Mitch made a mistake, so he will maybe try and put him under pressure these last last 15 laps still to go. So this race far from over, as we've seen just a minute ago with Mitch making a mistake. So anything can happen, as we've seen, and Falcon now sets the fast lap of the race again. So Mitch will see that. He will see that Falcon's lapping faster than him. But again, not really putting a dent in that time though. But now Decky's setting the fast lap of the race, so now these ultra softs could be the better tire to be on now. So, oh, but then again, Killer Blue setting the fast lap of the race with a 16 flat. Let's see if Rick can set. Yeah, Rick does. So yeah, I think ultra softs are the better tyres. Obviously, the track drying out quicker and quicker. I've seen lap times absolutely plummet now. So, I mean, yeah. Again, not really nothing to commentate on these last couple laps. Closest gap is Own HVB and Neo, but as we saw, Own HVB actually let Neo pass, and actually quicker than Neo at the minute is Own HVB. So maybe he can maybe catch back up and make a move and put some entertainment into the stream, because at the moment it is pretty boring. Go back to the start, please, so we can have some action. I'm just I just saw what Bugatti put. I'd walk this league. Oh, I love it. But oh, we got Decky in the wall. I caught that just at the right time. So Decky in the wall. He's got wing damage. So now Flair. This is just spice things up. So thank you, Decky, for hitting the wall. I do appreciate it. As Flair now will see that time plummet, he'll know that Decky's got wing damage. Can Flair catch up and overtake Decky? I don't think Decky will pit though. Decky will come out 6th, I do believe. So this could promote Killer Blue and Rick up into the top 5. So hopefully, well, for their sake, Decky might pit. But yeah, you can see the amount of time that Decky's losing. Flair will know this. Flair will see Decky's car very, very shortly. Will Decky pit, or will he carry on? And Decky does indeed pit. So that will now promote Flair up into 3rd place. So Flair doing a fantastic job for the Haas team. And now that will promote Killer Blue up into 5th and Rick up into 5th. So again, anything can happen at Monaco. So you can't really have a lapse in concentration. I don't know how Decky managed to hit the wall there, whether he just lost his braking zone or not, but nevertheless, this man Flair, Killer Blue and Rick will all not complain with Decky's mistake, putting them all up 1 position. Oh, Decky, I think he hit the wall again coming out of the pits. Wow. So Decky having an absolute mare. But it looks like he's got the car back to how he wants it. Can he now push on and potentially catch back up to Rick? It would be a fantastic achievement if he could do that. He's got 11 seconds in 11 laps, so he needs to catch up with more than a second a lap. So I don't see it happening personally, but anything can happen. Got yellows in sector 2. Who's that? It's not Decky again. Who is it? Oh, I believe it was YHYY. He has got wing damage again. So we've seen a lot of wing changes here at Monaco. It would be a Monaco race if there wasn't at least 1 wing change per car. But again, since Mitch has made that little mistake, he hasn't really allowed Falcon to break down that gap of 12 seconds, you might as well say. Again, Falcon looks like he's absolutely pushing the car, hitting the wall. Wow, so Falcon then not really giving respect to the walls here, and you don't do that, then could be your wing off, or even worse, your wheel off, and being in 2nd place, you've got a 14-second buffer, wouldn't you? I mean, obviously you try and catch, but there's just no point. You know, Mitch has been very consistent apart from that little spin he had, but I didn't really use him that much time. Lost him about 5-6 seconds, so it just proves the gap that he had was so substantial that he was able to spin and still have a 10+ second lead. But yeah, again, that's sort of at the time where there's not really nothing to commentate on. So Killer Blue lapping, I think that's F1 race, I do believe. So again, only 11 runners now. So if someone else retires, then everyone who finishes will get a point, which is not really surprising here at Monaco. Little announcement as well. I haven't really said anything about it really, but one thing that will be changing next race is I will be joined by a commentary partner. So for the first 4 rounds, I believe I've had no partner, and next round I should have RJW, I believe, join me in the commentary box. So hopefully we'll be able to catch more battles, more overtaking, and more controversy, it has to be said, but looking forward to it. It'll be a talking point. We've got 9 laps left, so having a co-commentator here would have been fantastic, because we could have talked about the race and how we both felt about it, and maybe even potential for driver of the day. Let's quickly go into that now while we have got many laps remaining. Do I go with the obvious one, which is obviously Falcon, or do I go with Mitch just because he's been so dominant, and with it being Monaco? I believe it's between Mitch and Falcon. Obviously Falcon doing very well to come from 10th or 11th, but I think he was 10th to 2nd place. Done fantastically well, picked the right time to pit, 4 inters and then obviously 4 dries, and Max has left the session, so he's called it a day. Well, he called it a day a while ago, but he's obviously just been watching. But he's done what I wish I could do, just back out, because again there's not really much action. The only action on track is between Louis and Owen HVB, and Louis is actually catching up quite a lot. So Louis, this could be move on for Louis potentially in the next couple laps. Can Louis make the move? He is too far back this lap, but maybe next lap he should be close enough. This is for the battle for 8th place, of course. This is the best I think Louis will be able to get today. Had a shocker of a race, started P2, which was actually quite shocking. I didn't expect him to get P2 in qualifying, but he done very well to pull that lap out at the end. But made the wrong call. I believe he had to pit for wing damage as well. Had a couple offs and finds himself now in 9th place, fighting for 8th place. This isn't the race he wanted. He would have wanted to fight for at least a podium, but the podium positions have more or less been sorted, with Mitch, Falcon and Flair all taking 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Killer Blue will be also very happy to keep that place, and there's actually yellow in sector 3. It's Louis round again, and Louis is going backwards now. Will Louis call it a day? He has to get back to the pits. He's driving backwards. That's very risky, but he does make it into the pits. Now I've seen people get disqualified for driving backwards on track in a race, so again, not the afternoon Louis will want to have, and a race he'll want to forget, that's for sure. But that does now relieve Owen HVB of the pressure that he once had with Louis, so now he will surely have 8th place secure. Yeah, now that does actually promote F1 Racer into the points as well. So, yeah, congratulations to F1 Racer on getting the points. Now, YHYY is actually not that far off Louis, actually. So, could we make, if Louis makes one more mistake, we could see YHYY up into the points as well. But, yeah, again, a little bit of action. That's sort of let a couple laps go past, which is, again, good for me. But yeah, as I said about next week, it will be a co-commentator as well with me, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I certainly am, because then obviously it means we can catch more battles, get another perspective on the race. But this race as a whole hasn't really, I'd say, compared to the first opening races. Obviously I know it's Monaco, and I know you more or less have to go single file if you want to actually complete the race, but hopefully next week we see a lot of overtakes and close racing as we saw in the first 3 rounds. So yeah, again, I'm just sort of looking forward to commentating next week with RJW. So yeah, hopefully, obviously it'll take a couple of races for us to get along and sort of gel, but Neo's actually dropped to the back. Or is he just lagging? I don't know whether that's thing or not, but what? I don't know what's happened there. So YHYY now in the points and Neo is out the points. Now it's just refreshed. Okay, so it's the game being shit. Okay. Can't say I'm surprised. But yeah, I mean, we could have a battle on in the next couple of laps, and there is only 4 laps remaining. So if Decky wants to catch Rick, he's going to have to do it sort of now. I know Rick has got a little bit of wing damage, so he's going to be compromised with pace, but Decky is catching him all the while. So we will stick with Decky then, and the battle with Rick. Can Rick hold off the last 4 laps and pick up a fantastic top 5 finish? Decky's catching him at a rate knots. I don't think Rick will. I think Rick will realise that Decky's faster because of the slight wing damage, but nevertheless it's been a fantastic race from Rick and Killer Blue. Even Flair and Falcon to get back to where they are now has been a fantastic achievement for all of them. And Mitch now starting lap 36, and he's now got a 13-second lead, so he's now extending the gap to Falcon. Absolutely dominating performance here from Mitch. Again, this man Falcon isn't going to be too upset with second place as he almost loses the back end. He'll be very thankful that he timed the conditions just right and able to sort of undercut everyone else and sort of find himself up into second place and sort of, well, really in no man's land. And again, Flair will be very, very happy, but he's got a 3-second penalty and wing damage. Oh my god, this race is not over yet. Will Flair continue? He is continuing, but Killer Blue will surely be catching him at a rate of knots now. With half a wing is Flair now, so again, could I have got the Flair bottle job first hand on stream? Let's soon find out, but it looks like Killer Blue isn't really making inroads on Flair. But we'll keep an eye on that gap. But look at this gap between Decky and Rick now 6 tenths. This race is now coming alive again as we head on into the last couple laps. Decky's only got 2 laps to do it. Rick gets a better exit, and with wing damage, I mean, Rick's done fantastically well to keep in the top 5, but you have to say it's only a matter of time before Decky makes the move stick. Decky breaking way later than Rick. Obviously with a full front wing, Rick having slight wing damage. Decky looking like the cleaner driver here. Louis sets fast up in the race. Obviously pitted on Alongo. Decky keeping the back end. Well, I don't think he'll know that Rick's got wing damage. So can Decky get a better exit? I believe it's very tight, but of course Decky will have DRS. Rick will not want to give the position away. Will Decky go for it into turn 1? No. Decky looks like he's got a much better run though, coming up the hill out of turn 1. Will Decky go for a move into turn 2? No, thinks better of it. Is he going to set him up now towards the end of sector 1? Oh, Decky's in the wall. Decky taking too much curb, and now as Decky now in the wall, and actually Jerry making a fantastic comment there. So as we know, Flair's got multiple time penalties and Killer Blue hasn't. So if Killer Blue gets on the podium, he'll no doubt be, in my opinion, driver of today. So yeah, definitely driver of today in my opinion if Killer Blue gets on the podium. But again, the battle between Rick and Decky, they've both sort of got similar wing damage now, so maybe now Rick can show the pace that he's got or had. But Rick will be used to his wing damage. He's had this for more than half the race, I do believe. Decky won't be as used to it. As we are now on lap 38, this race is again come alive towards the end. Can Decky still catch Rick? I don't think he is. I think Rick now is starting to show the pace that he has got, as he's now extending the gap to Decky. But again, Rick not really taking any risks with his racing, just keeping out the walls and hitting the apexes as best as he can. But Decky is starting to catch again. So if Killer Blue can stay where he is, looks like he will, because obviously with the wing damage. But Killer Blue should be nailed on for the podium. If he can just catch 1.5 seconds, it will ensure. So I don't actually know how many penalties Flair's got. I think he's got either 1 or 2. So I think he's got 2, so hopefully Killer Blue can get on the podium for the first time this season, I believe. So be a fantastic achievement for Killer Blue and the Force India team. But again, Decky not being able to close the gap to Rick, as we will go to Mitch in a minute, as he will finish this race and collect the 25 points. A fantastic dominating performance from Mitch as he comes now into the end of sector 2. It's been a fantastic performance from Mitch. He can now take it easy, just hit every apex. So you can see lifting off pretty early into the corner, not really wanting to make any last mistakes. Yeah, and he knows he's won this race now, so congratulations to Mitch, who will take the 25 points and the top step off the podium. So again, as Mitch now comes to the line, he's weaving and he crosses the line and wins here at Monaco. So congratulations to Mitch. Owen HB also finishes because he got lapped. Falcon will take a very fantastic second place after getting the tyre calls right for both inters and dries. So congratulations to Falcon. Now this is the battle I want to know about. Flair, will he stay on the podium, or will Killer Blue get on there with having no penalties? I believe Flair's going to lose the podium, but Flair absolutely damaging his own race there with the half a wing. Will Flair stay on the podium? I don't think he will. Flair almost losing the back end at the last corner. Will Killer Blue get onto the podium? I believe he will. Will he? Yes, he will. Killer Blue gets a fantastic podium here at Monaco, so congratulations to wow. Flair dropping down from 3rd to 6th place, only by 1.1 seconds though. So Rick moving up to 4th. Decky again a top 5 finish, so very consistent finishes from the championship holder. Now we've got Neo, who does finish in 7th place, so them penalties are going to be costing Flair a 3rd place finish down to a 6th. That's incredible. But again, my driver of the day has to be Killer Blue for that fantastic podium and not getting any penalties. As we see the podium guys now, it will be Mitch taking the 25 points and then we've got Falcon in 2nd, again a fantastic drive from him, and of course Killer Blue. Fantastic podium, fantastic drive from all 3 of these guys to finish this race. As we now go to the finishing positions, and we've got Mitch taking a win, Falcon actually getting 11 seconds, so therefore Falcon will move down to 3rd. I don't think he will, but Killer Blue getting a fantastic 3rd place. Rick getting 4th. Decky 5th, and Flair 6th will be ruining them mistakes. Corner cuts galore. Neo in 7th, Owen HB in 8th. Louis still finishing in the points in 9th with 15 seconds worth of penalties. That's incredible. And then we've got YHYY rounding up the top 10, and Racer was unable to stay in the points with 26 seconds. Then we've got Max 31 seconds. Sorry, what are these penalties? Who else had loads of penalties? McLaren 22 seconds. Oh my god. Well, I mean, this has been a very surprising end to Monaco. As I said, I will be joined next week by RJW. Mine has been Cliffy. This has been Monaco in PRL. I will see you next week. Same place, same time, 7 PM. Thank you for watching and goodbye.